Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to round number 3 of the day 2 group stage of the TrackMania World Cup. We will have Papu going up against Aurel, up against Mime, and up against Massa. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Papu is one of the players that is unfortunately already out of the running for this World Cup. He is currently in last place and has no potential to get back to top 8. However, he can still deny all these players some precious points, as we see Mime actually making a huge blunder here. His car has been crashed in the wall with the fragile block. So, drops down by 2 seconds. Papu in the lead, Massa in second. We have Aurel in a third position. Wide approaches from everyone. We see Papu going very wide on the ice. We have Aurel clipping his corner, clipping the wheel in the corner there. Massa in second place. Coming up is the identity, the oh so important identity, and Papu is completely out. Massa gets the 10 points delivered on a silver platter. It is also going to be Aurel making mistakes in this identity. Mime is trying to catch up, but it's not going to be enough. It is Massa getting 10 points, Papu second, Aurel third, and Mime in fourth. Good start for Massa here. Not so good start for Mime. But Mime made an early mistake that can easily be fixed here in the upcoming round. The fragile hairpin coming up. He's a little bit afraid now, not risking it like he used to do. It is Massa with a small blunder, drops down to 4th position. Mime lurking in that second, third place. Papu losing a little bit of momentum going up this sideways road part. Avoiding the water is very important. Mime has this very inside line. He's kind of the only player that does this inside line, then gets a super early grip. And let's see if Papu and Aurel are able to catch up with these different ice lines. It doesn't look like it, and Mime on a great path to victory here. The identity is what is left. That looks like a bad transition. Aurel also lost a lot of time. Oh my god! A huge clown fiesta evolves in this round here. Papu winning the round 102.9. Normally we see 2 seconds faster winning times. So that was an all-out brawl all the way in the ending there. Mime once again pulling the shortest straw here, getting last place. Now in a good position to get some nice solid points. Actually gets a little bit of airtime there with the reactor booster. Falls down from first place to last. He is in desperate need of these 10 points. Massa losing a lot of ground actually in this technical part of the map, with Papu leading. It is Mime actually touching the water, and slip and sliding he goes from a nice 3rd position, dropping down now to 4th. But what have we seen in the last couple rounds? A lot of mistakes happen in the last identity section. Here we go again. Papu just full sending it. It is also Aurel now with a bit of a bouncy landing, but manages to keep his momentum going. It is Massa in 2nd place, Mime in 3rd, and Papu will close out this round in 4th place. Mime would really like these 10 points right now, because he is sitting on 10 points. So hopefully he can get back in business. Papu always has good starts here. We've always seen Papu drive very well in the first 15 to 20 seconds, and then the ending is really what's causing him a lot of troubles. But not only for him, we've seen the other players also having a lot of troubles with the identity. Mime moving up to 2nd place. Can he avoid the water this time around? He is a little bit more careful now. Goes for that inside line here with the early grip. Papu tries to go for a nice ramp cut. Is it gonna pay off for him? It is looking like it does. But the ending is coming up. The last 20 seconds are what is going to determine most of the round. Mime swerves a little bit too much sideways, I think. Keeps his momentum actually going. It is Papu in second place. Aurel in third. And that is beautiful done by Mime here. Getting 10 points added to his collection. And brings up the points here a little bit. Look at that. Only 5 points difference between all of these players. And a very nice time as well by Mime there. If we think about that winning round from Papu with a 102.9, Mime miles ahead of this. And we are going into poolside. Map chosen by Massa. Short warm-up. And then we go live. 25 points Papu, 24 Aurel, 23 Massa, and 20 points for Mime. That is what we are having right now. Here we go. Let's stay on board with Massa for a little bit, since it's his map pick. Has a different start approach. A little bit of a weaker start. But you can see everyone is close by. I remember Mime having some troubles with this left drift. Now, oh, it's both Massa and Mime actually failing. Massa goes for the quick respawn, whereas Mime is going for the slow path through the water. So both of them will drop down about 4 seconds, 5 seconds. And it is 1v1 between Aurel and Papu here. Approaching a very important section of the track. Who is going to go for the no slide? Who is going to go for the drift cancel? It's looking like, oh, Aurel went for the super low jump, but it is Papu who is just getting another easy win here. With everyone else making mistakes, Papu will collect his 10 points most likely. Nice and safe around the identity, and he will do so indeed. 111.5. We've definitely seen much faster times. But a win is a win, no matter what time you do. If you just manage to cross the finish line in first place, that's what's going to give you the most points. Mime, throughout the entirety of today, Mime has had rough starts to each and every single match. And then at the end, he seems to get more in the groove of things and catches up later on. But right now, again, finding himself in last place with 23 points. He's not far behind. It's only Papu who is slightly ahead of the rest. Papu again. I mean, this is really just a no-pressure situation for Papu, I would say, because Papu is out of the running for getting himself into the top 8 and playoff spot. But he is giving it his all to deny these guys points and potential spots in the playoffs themselves. We have Mime going for the no slide. Massa trying to go for a slide into a cancel, but it is Mime who collides with the wall. Still sits in that second place, but Aurel is lurking in the shadows and actually is challenging him in the identity section. Aurel goes a little bit too wide, and it's looking like Massa will get the 10 with a pretty good time. And Mime getting second place here. Good stuff for Mime. After even making a mistake, still getting second is a good result in a round. But he would really like to get a 10-pointer here. Gotta get that win. So he gets closer to Massa and Papu. Third round here. Everyone really close together. This Papu again driving very nice here. Massa doing an outside line. He's the only player doing this outside line. And look at that, man. So much speed from Massa. yeets himself forward and is in a great place now to get himself 10 points again. Mime and Papu just slightly behind. Papu going for an outside dirt line there as well. This one is not really paying him that much advantage. Oh, look at that. Different approaches here. Massa still stays ahead, even though he is doing a slide into cancel. It is Papu and Mime trying their best to catch up, but what a race going into the identity. Who's going to make a blunder here? It is still Massa in first. Papu goes for a very inside line, but Massa with more exit speed. It is Papu also losing a lot of ground, but Mime is unable to get second place here. But what a phenomenal round by Massa. 1:11.04 is absolutely incredible. 49 points now for Massa, and that is 16 points ahead of Mime. Final round on poolside. Oh, a little bit of a wonky start for Mime. Falls down to 4th place. Massa will go for that outside line. A huge mistake by Papu here. And here goes Massa again with that insane speed. Has to lift off his acceleration a little bit. It is Mime who now makes contact with the wall. Aurel will thank him for that because Aurel moves up to 2nd place. But Massa is steamrolling ahead. The German powerhouse not giving up. He's giving it all here to stay in that top 8 place and qualify for the semi-finals tomorrow. We have Aurel challenging Massa though, going into the identity. Aurel with a little bit of a low airtime puts his car next to Massa's going into the identity. Later on the brakes for Aurel, taking a little bit more risk. It is looking like Massa will have a better angle in the ending, but it is Aurel with more speed. And what a race all the way to the finish line. 10 points to Aurel. Massa in 2nd, Mime in 3rd, and Papu will close out in last place. Now we are going to the next track, ladies and gentlemen. This map is chosen by Aurel. And Aurel finds himself in 3rd position with 44 points. Mime in last with 37 points. So Mime really has to get to work now. Mime needs to step it up and get the job done. Here we go. First round on New School. Wow, look at that speed by Massa. What a move to get a 1/10 lead already after the first drift. Almost colliding with the wall here. Okay, Papu going a little bit for a wider setup. Mime losing all of his speed in this plastic turn. Has to drive now in last position. We could stay on board with Mime to see what is going to happen up top here. Massa still in first place with 1/10 of an advantage. Make that 15. But we still have the identity coming up. Mime losing some ground. Quickly go up front here. Massa setting up wide. Aurel going extremely tight. What an inside line by Aurel. But do we have some mistakes coming up in the ending? No, it is Massa. Oh! Massa hitting the finish line, actually staying in first still, getting another 10 points. And Massa is driving extremely good right now. Mime with 40 points. 25 points behind Massa right now. That is a big gap. Another poor start by Mime here. I'm not sure what is happening with Mime right now. Maybe the break that the players had from last round to this one got him out of his vibe a little bit. But now, much better plastic turn. Aurel hitting the wall. Mime in first place. Massa in the third place. It is going to be a brawl between Mime and Papu, but Mime is actually leading the pack now 0.2 of a second, maybe 3 even at this checkpoint. Yep, Papu a little bit further behind. Mime, all he needs to do is survive the ending of this track. And we have seen a lot of mistakes. There are 2 places where you can slide out. It is the first one right here, and then you have the second turn here, which can cause a lot of troubles. Mime will do it perfect and get himself the 10 points. It is Massa even getting 6, and I do believe that Aurel and Papu had a little bit of a blunder, a little bit of a fiesta in the ending here. But that's a big 10-pointer added to Mime's score right now. Can he do it again? Great start this time around for Mime. Not in last place, but instead in first place. Oof. Very risky dirt section. Driving next to Massa here. Training partners. They have spent many hours together practicing these tracks. And now they are battling against one another in the actual competition. Aye, Mime with a little bit of airtime. Goes for a jump strategy. Quick thinking there by Mime. Remains in the third position after Papu seemingly have made a big mistake. Massa looking to get the 10 points. So Aurel, we got to remember, made a mistake previous round where he slid out on the ice. See if Mime can challenge Aurel for the ending. It's looking like Massa will have a clear win in this one. Mime goes for a much better ice slide here compared to what Aurel is doing. Massa still in first place. Can he keep it together? He goes a little bit wide, and Mime came close, but it's not going to be enough. As Massa collects another 10 points, and Mime getting second once again, with Aurel and Papu making some blunders all the way in the end. We do have Massa dominating this match, but the other players now all within 4 points of each other. If Massa is able to keep this pace up, looking like he's gonna be the victorious one here. Obviously, we have finalist mode, and we've seen many matches where finalist mode is causing a lot of troubles, where players are unable to close it out and the others are catching back up. Right now, Papu and Massa leading this last round on New School. Mime sitting in third together with Aurel. Maybe with a good ending, they can catch up. Nice transition here for Massa, Papu, and Aurel. And Mime losing a lot of momentum with the landing. Going into the identity, though. Oh, Papu, Massa, they slide out. It is Aurel also colliding with the pillar. And Mime is like, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I will accept that offer. The free 10 points added to my score. Thank you very much. And he wins the round here. Aurel in second, Massa in third. Papu is 0 pointing this round. And we are going to the next track. And the next track, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be Quicksand, chosen by Papu. We will have Quicksand by Papu. Massa, 85 points. Mime, 66. Aurel, 62. And Papu sitting in last right now with 60 points. And this is Papu's pick. So we could see some comeback story happening right here. Here we go. Massa with 85 points. He is so far ahead of all the other players. What a fantastic match he is having right here. Papu leading the race on his map choice. Massa currently in last place, but the gap is really close, and I think Massa will have a beautiful bobsleigh. Here we go. It's not really catching up. I was expecting a little bit more, avoiding the checkpoint hit here. All the players are super close together. It is Papu still leading. The important exit of this ice is going to determine a lot of the round here. Papu losing it. Poor landing. And look at that. Mime overtakes. Massa also rather close. Massa not going for a ramp cut. It is Mime going for a very, very close jump to the pillar. But we have seen the identity causing a lot of troubles for many of these players. Mime with a good entry into the second booster. It is going to be Massa taking a lot of the penalty dirt. And Papu has the opportunity to catch up and take that second place away. But what a nice round here. 108.15 by Mime. Papu with a 108.35. And Massa just closing behind in third place. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Mime now in second place in this match. Oh, Massa with a big mistake. And that's gonna be painful for his points. It also looks like Papu has made a small blunder and is therefore also a second behind. Oy! Mime now making an even bigger blunder. And this is an easy win here for Aurel. And let me tell you a story. Once you are this far ahead, you can try to go for the safe strategies. Ladies and gentlemen, these players have a lot of experience. And surely they are not gonna fail. Aurel just has the end to do here. Knows that he is 1.5 seconds ahead. All he has to do is cross the finish line. And he does very carefully do so. Gets the 10 points here. 108.79 for Aurel. Massa in second. Mime manages to get third place here. And Papu finishing in last. Massa now 5 points away from the triple digits. Mime with a perfect start there. Look at the speed. And look at how fast he crashes in the wall there. All the way from first now to last place. That is going to be very harmful for Mime. Has to accept his fate in last place right now. It is looking like Papu with his 69 is absolutely going to get the victory here. But Massa and Aurel are challenging him. We still have the identity to go. And the ice wall, obviously. Kind of a... Oh! Massa going straight up for maximum exit speed here. It is Papu looking to get the victory. Aurel in second place. And it would be really nice for Papu to get these 10 points here. But Aurel is not too far behind. Gets a really nice setup. More exit speed. But the gap is too big. And Papu will receive 10 points. Massa now 99 problems, but this match ain't one of them. He is still in first place. Papu closing in on Aurel and Mime. Mime with a nice start here. He is charging. He would love to get these 10 points. But Aurel is very close behind. It seems like Massa did find one problem on this track. Is now in last place. Mime battling it out with Aurel. Going into the ice wall. Mime with more exit speed compared to Aurel. Aurel will get his engine back earlier. But you can see Mime just slightly more speed. Papu goes for a nice ramp cut. It is Aurel colliding with the pillar. Going for a 1v1 battle now in the identity. It is Papu versus Mime driving next to one another. Papu with a very inside line. Aurel is actually... Oh, it was Aurel and Mime. Sorry, it was Mime crashing. And change your car skins, guys. Jesus Christ. Papu and Aurel battling it out in the end there. Hey, that was my first blunder of the day, okay? Don't give me this, guys. Do not give me this. Okay? Do not give me this now. That was the first one. But many more to come. Keep drinking, Monster. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, Heart is the random map challenge. It was either Heart or Tiny Gap. And it was Heart that won the random map challenge. Here we go. 102 points for Massa, Papu 89, Aurel 87, and Mime 87. And boy oh boy, has this map caused a lot of problems in the identity. We have seen fiestas happen in the last 10 seconds of this track. Let's see if Mime is able to fix those issues. We do have Aurel crashing in the very first dirt turn. So he is not in the running for Victory Royale in this map. Mime with a beautiful start here. Let's go a little bit further behind to Massa, who is in second place. Let's see if Mime is going to hit the checkpoint again. Nope. He finally learned from it. Does not want to get another headache from hitting the checkpoint from beneath. But it is giving an opportunity for Massa to get closer on this water section. Mime swerving out a little bit too wide here. And Massa takes even further advantage from that going into the identity. It is Massa in first place. Mime in second. It is Papu even challenging Mime for that second position. Mime with low speed. It is going to be Mime having to accept fate here and getting third place after what seemed to be a first place easily, but turned out to be a third one instead. Massa on his way to get finalist mode. If he manages to get first here, it will be Massa reaching finalist mode. Mime right now in fourth place. Let's have a look at Aurel. Can he survive this dirt turn? No, he cannot. That is his second mistake in 2 rounds played at the same spot. Aurel not in it at all. Mime, Papu, and Massa going at it once again. The 1v1v1 happening here. Papu going a little bit too wide here. That gives an opportunity for both Massa and Mime to catch up. Oh, big mistake by Mime. Even lets Aurel pass by doing this. And it is looking like Papu is going to get the 10 points here. Right in front of Massa. Unless Papu makes a mistake in this identity. Massa will not get finalist mode. And it is looking like Papu will keep it together and denies Massa the finalist attempt. With a good finish time there. 103.55 for Papu here. Hey. Papu cannot get top 8 anymore. But he is giving it him all. Some players would just surrender and trollolol a little bit in these matches. But you gotta keep on playing to save your dignity. Massa now just needs to finish. Even making this early mistake doesn't really matter. All Massa needs to do is cross that finish line for finalist mode. We do have Aurel surviving the start, ladies and gentlemen. Aurel has survived the start, but it is Mime who is in first place right now. Oh, Aurel with a little bit of a horn tactic is trying to distract the Mimer guy, but it's not working out. Or maybe is it? Yep, Mime hit his forehead again against the checkpoint. Going into the downhill slope. Aurel gets a little bit too much airtime. Oh, it is Mime sliding. Mime actually sliding. He manages to save it though. Very nicely done. But what about the identity? Does he have enough speed? Yes, he does. Gotta stay in second place here. Papu has made the mistake as well. Aurel will get first. It is going to be Mime in second. Papu in third. No, it is Massa in third. Papu in last here. Little bit of an accident there for Mime in the water part. But we do have, ladies and gentlemen, the very first finalist. And it is Massa. He has about 2 free finalist rounds. until the other players are also catching up and getting finalists themselves. Mime, if he wins 2 rounds in a row, he will be finalist. He needs 20 points. And look at Massa with a great start. He is very hungry to get a win in this particular match. That would help him out a lot, but Papu is right by his side. It is Aurel and Mime just a little bit further behind, 1500ths of a second, going into the last stage of the track. We have the water part plus identity section, which can be very tricky. Mime going very fast into it. The ending is what is the difference for Massa and getting the victory, and it is going to be Massa making the mistake. This gives a great opportunity for Papu to get 10 points. It is also Mime crashing, and boy oh boy, are we gonna have a match here. Mime is even unable to finish here, and that is very, very bad for Mime. Here we go. Massa finalist on Bobzak. Papu 118, Aurel 110, and Mime 100. Mime needs a miracle right now. He needs to win 2 rounds in a row, plus then his finalist attempt. He has done it before on slalom. But can he do it as well on Bobzak? Here we go. Massa with his second finalist attempt. Papu looked very strong every single time on this map, if we exclude the ending. And once again, he is leading the party going into the dirt sections. Ooh, Massa getting challenged by Mime now for that first position. Gotta avoid the water. Gotta avoid the water. Both of them do it. They both also have this inside line. You can see that they train together. They have identical lines here, ladies and gentlemen. It is Mime still in first place, on his way to deny Massa the victory. But the identity is still in front of them. Massa with a better entry could mean that he takes it. Mime with a nice transition here. But it's a little bit too bumpy by the looks of it. No, he keeps the speed. And he is going to stay ahead and denies the very first round with a beautiful time as well. A 101.01. And that is the first deny. Can he do it again? We could have a quad finalist situation coming up here. Aurel needs to get second. Mime needs to get first place here. We do now have Papu also with finalist mode enabled. It is a mistake by Papu, who is finalist. He is out. It is Massa who has a great start. Aurel and Mime not so great of a start here. But we have seen the ending can decide a whole lot of things here. Aurel actually moving up to first place. It is Mime moving up to second place. And Massa finds himself now going from first to third. We have a crazy battle coming up now, avoiding the water there. All of these players having very high blood pressure right now. They are next to each other. It is Massa versus Mime. Aurel with a different approach on the ice. Mime, however, keeping the speed, going into the bobsleigh. It is Mime in front of Massa. Can he deny Massa the win here? It is looking like he will, as Massa has a sloppy landing. And Mime gets another victory. 101.17 for Mime. Puts himself in finalist mode. That is the double win. But can he get the triple whammy? Triple finalist situation with Aurel sitting at 114 points. Here we go then. Who is gonna take it? It is basically a coin toss right now. Massa going a little bit too wide. Can he make this turn? Yes, he can. But it is Papu who's in first place. Mime currently in last. We have seen him being last quite often here at the start, but now he collides with the checkpoint and loses a lot of momentum. It is looking like it's either going to be Papu or Massa to close out this match. Mime is trying his best to catch up, but it is very difficult when you are 3/10 behind. Can he do it? If there is anyone that can do it, it is gonna be the Mimer guy. Aurel is still in the mix as well. It is Massa with a much better entry for the bobsleigh section. Mime is trying his hardest. Mime is pushing it. It is looking like Papu is gonna happen, but here comes Mime, the Polish bull. He actually bounces a little bit too much. Is it gonna be Papu or Massa? It is Papu winning the match here. Who would have thought this was gonna happen? Papu, the player who is driving with no stress, who cannot get top 8 anymore, denies Massa and Mime here the victory. Here we go. Aurel still not finalist. Is Mime gonna get second, or is Massa gonna get second? It is Massa with a big mistake. He needs to pray that Aurel is gonna save him. And it is looking like Aurel is currently doing so. We will have Mime just very close by. Actually, not close by anymore. It is Mime moving up to first place. Aurel going for a wide approach. Does he have good exit speed? No, he doesn't. This is all for Mime here. Gets the good first entry. That is a beautiful bobsleigh transition if I have ever seen one. Absolute gorgeous. Absolute magnificent. Absolutely splendid. It is 10 points for Mime and he gets second place. What a comeback by Mime here. And it is Massa now finding himself from potentially winning the match to potentially getting last. We will have poolside coming up for the decider here. Massa versus Aurel. Double finalists. Here we go. Full focus for these players. Every point matters, especially for Massa and Aurel, who are in the midfield on the score, on the overall standings right now. They would have loved to have that first or second place in this match, but now they're finding themselves battling for the last scraps in this matchup. Massa going for that wide line will catch up all the way back to Aurel. It's not going to be enough for Massa. Great dirt turn there, though. It is Aurel slightly ahead, but what are we talking about? It is 0.02 of a second between these two players. And the ending is going to be the critical area of this track. We have both of these players going for the drifting line with the cancel. It is Aurel leading the race. Massa needs to pull the strings together right now. Jumping through the triangle. He is getting a little bit closer. Goes for the full risk. Actually slides out. And that is it. Ladies and gentlemen, Aurel will be getting third place here. And Massa gets last. And that could have been much more for Massa here. But he has to accept the last place in this fierce battle. Papu, very big surprise now, getting first place. Mime in second, Aurel third, and Massa last.